Hey y'all, I'm back with another video for my channel finally, and I am so excited. I have missed YouTube so much. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I had briefly mentioned in one of my previous videos recently, but I didn't really go into detail. And since I've been taking a little break from being on my YouTube channel, this is something that I've really been reflecting on, and I just wanted to share with all of you. So one of the things that I spoke about on one of my previous videos is just taking things for granted, and I am guilty of that. And I feel like right now with social media and just we see all of the nice things that people have, right? We see these beautiful lives that people live, and they have all the cars they want and the houses they want and the family that they want and all these different things. And it's great because we see these things and we have goals and aspirations that we want to achieve, and so we use that sometimes as motivation, like, oh my gosh, this person was able to achieve this, and that's something that I want to be able to say that I have achieved as well. And I realized that instead of looking to people that have all of the things that we want for motivation, we should be looking at people that are less fortunate than we are and use that as our motivation, because in reality we have so many things to be grateful for, and sometimes when we are so stuck on what we want and what we don't have and what we would like to achieve, it causes us to literally get like depressed, or not even depressed, but it's that constant reminder of what you don't have, right? And so the way I look at it is like, I feel like with us looking at people who are less fortunate than us, that is a better motivator and will push us further towards our goals, because it's like, I am blessed enough to have the money to get the things that I want. I am blessed enough to be able to wake up every day and record a YouTube video. I am blessed enough to have a roof over my head, somewhere I can sleep, that I'm comfortable, my safe space, all those different things. When we look at people who are less fortunate than us, we are able to look around us and say, you know what, I really do have a lot. And I know that there's things that I would like to have, and one day I will get there, but it allows you to kind of be in the present and appreciate what you have in the moment. And this is something that I've been reflecting on, because there for a while I had achieved some really amazing goals within my life, and I had bounced back from a really tough situation. And I was working so hard. At one point, not too long ago, I was working 2 jobs, and I was working constantly day and night to try to achieve these goals. And once I finally achieved them, it was like, okay, on to the next goal, I guess. And so it was like, yes, I've achieved these goals, great. I was basking in that for a moment, and then I was looking at all these things that I wanted that I didn't have again, right? And so I've been in that mode for a while, and I want to get out of that mode. And that's something, while I was taking a break, I really reflected on that, and I was able to just kind of watch some videos, and just, I like to educate myself. And so I was watching some educational videos on different areas and different places and stuff, and it made me realize, like, oh my gosh, like, I am so grateful to just have a roof over my head, that where I can sleep. Do I absolutely love the place that I live? Honestly, I do. Like, there's nothing's perfect, right? I live in like a man-made home, and there's things that aren't perfect, and I live in an older home, and so I see things and I point things out just because I can be picky sometimes. But I'm just grateful to be able to sleep under a roof and have a safe space to come to when I get off of work, and be able to sleep in a nice bed. I have a nice big bed that I sleep in all by myself every night, and it's comfortable, and I love it, you know. But it's something that, when you're always striving for more, like, oh, okay, I have this, like, it's okay for us to slow down a little bit and just be in the moment. I struggle with that so much. I'm always focused on the future and what I want to have, and the things that I don't necessarily have, but I know I can get, and just all those different kind of things. And since I've taken this break, I have been able to really sit and be in the moment. And this is where I would really, really like to be. And I read something the other day, and it was like, the future is something to strive for sure. The past is already gone, but the present is where the true power lies. And I love that quote. I don't think that that's like the specific words that were used, but I have it written down in one of my journals. So, but basically what I got from that is like, the power is really living in the present and appreciating what you have now, right? And so as much as I love to focus on the future and focus on the goals that I want to achieve and all the different things, and obviously like my channel is based around like reaching goals and self-growth and improvement and all those different things, which I love and still will aspire to, you know, provide that content on my channel, obviously. But I would really like to give an opportunity to myself and just provide a reminder to the people who subscribe to my channel, like, the power is in living in the moment. And that will allow you to really look around you and just be grateful for the things that you have now. And I'm not saying don't strive for your goals, and I'm not saying don't be aware of the future, because I plan ahead with everything. So technically, like, I'm always thinking about the future still. But I also allow myself to, okay, we did some planning, we're planning ahead for whatever, right? I plan ahead for everything, so there's no specific thing, but I allow myself to do that, and then I bring myself back here where I am. And even when I'm driving in my car sometimes, like, I'll be thinking about a situation that happened in the past, or I'll be thinking about a situation that hasn't even happened yet. I'm making up scenarios in my head and all the different things. And then I literally have conversations with myself, and I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, Lex, where are you right now? And then I answer my own question, and I'm like, I'm in my car driving to work. None of that stuff. And I can literally feel myself, like, my heart's beating fast. I'm having anxiety, right, about something that happened previously or something that hasn't even happened yet. And I'm just thinking about it. And so that kind of brings me back down and allows me to calm down a little bit and just say, you're not in that place right now. Right now, like, just enjoy this drive to work. Enjoy the fact that, like, there's big beautiful skies today, and you're enjoying, you know, your drive to work by yourself. You haven't been bombarded by people yet, because that's literally how I feel like some of my days are. But, you know, just enjoy that fact, the fact that, like, you were able to get up this morning, everything was pretty smooth, like, you were able to work out and do all the things that you love doing, and now you're on your way to work, and like literally no complaints. Everything is working out. And so living in the moment and not taking the present for granted is something that I am really going to be working on, because it's been beautiful. Honestly, these days that I have taken a break from my YouTube channel, I didn't take this time to, like, not work on my craft and work on my YouTube channel. I took this time because I was literally exhausted, and I wasn't showing up as my best self, not only for my channel, but just life, right? I wasn't showing up as my best self, and I wasn't living in the moment. Like, I was always, okay, what's the next video? Okay, what's the next task I need to be doing? What do I need to do tomorrow? That kind of thing. And so it was exhausting me. It was literally, you guys know, because I posted that video about somebody who had subscribed to my channel, and I read their comment and I misread their comment, and that's so embarrassing, but things happen. Hey, whatever. Like, honestly, I meant well, and even my comment that I said back to him was nice. But anywho, back into the video. So yeah. And so, you know, I've taken this time away from my channel, not because I don't want to work on my craft. I've taken this time away from my channel so that I can have these kind of realizations, right? Like, taking the little things for granted is something that we all do. And it can honestly be super easy to do, because when we open our phones every morning, we see these glamorous lifestyles, right? Depending on what side of social media you're on, you're probably not seeing a lot of people that are just like you, or people who are less fortunate than you. You're always looking at somebody who has more. And so it's great because it motivates us to kind of strive for more, but you're always living in that what I don't have. And there's people who don't have clean water to drink. There's people who don't have roofs over their head. There's people who do not have food, all these different things. And I try to donate to a charity every month when I get paid. And I don't have like a lot of money left over. I wish I could donate more, but I do make it a point every month to donate to a charity. And that also helps me look into people who are less fortunate and just say, you know what? I have clean water to drink today. So I should be grateful for that. Yes, there's bigger things that I would love to have. I would love to have my dream car, but in reality, I have a beautiful car. I love my car that I have, honestly. I love it. And it's something that I didn't even know that I was gonna get. Like my previous car, like I kind of talked about it in one of my previous videos, but my previous car was like, it wasn't even run down, but I just didn't appreciate it. I had it when I was really young, and so it was struggling, honestly. And so when I was able to obtain the car that I have now, I was so grateful, right? And I love this car, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe that I was able to do this. Like I'm 24, I have this big body, black, beautiful car, like it's so sleek. I just love it. I really, really do. But there for a while, I think I was kind of taking it for granted because I do have a dream car that I want to have. And so I was kind of thinking about that more often. And it's like, you know what? You have a car right now in this present moment that you love. It gets you to and from wherever you need to go. And it's sustainable and it's reliable. And there's people who are taking the bus to work every day. There's people who are walking. There's kids like that don't have parents that are able to get them to and from school. They're taking the bus, all the different things. And I took the bus when I was a kid, nothing wrong with that, right? But you have to think like you are able to get you and whoever else to and from where they need to go without any problems. And not everyone has that luxury. Like, yes, we would love to have our dream cars, but we have something right now. And so that's where you should be at. You should be in the present with what you have. And it does. It just helps you to be so much more grateful, and it helps you to realize like you look around you and you're like, you know what? I really don't have any complaints. Whereas before, when I felt like I was taking everything for granted and I wasn't paying attention to everything that I had, I was complaining. Not even complaining, but it's like you're not seeing what you have, so you're always focused on what you don't have. And so it's kind of causing you to be unhappy because you're like, well, this is what I want and I don't have it, and this is where I should be. Maybe if I would have done this differently, maybe. And this is just kind of how my brain works. I don't know if this is how your guys' brain works, but it's like maybe if I would have done this differently or made this better or whatever, maybe I would have my dream car. Like no, it didn't work like that, and it wasn't supposed to. And this is where you're at, and this is beautiful too. Like this is beautiful. And one day, if you're blessed enough to experience having that dream car, you'll appreciate it even more because you've already kind of built up this habit of like, I'm grateful for what I have now, right? And so you bask in this for a while, you continue to work towards what you want, and then once you get it, you're even more grateful for getting that because you'll be able to remember a time when you had a great car, reliable car, or just whatever. I'm using my car as the example, but just everything. Like you're able to remember what you had previously, and when you bask in being grateful for what you have, then when you get what you really, really want, it's like you know how to be even more grateful, and you can remember those times when you really, really wanted it. And like I said, it's hard. I look at social media to build my vision board, right? I go on Pinterest and I pull quotes and different things off of there and just figure out what I want, my health goals to be and all those different things. Again, nothing wrong with that. But I guess my advice and my message for my channel today is, yes, we can use the people that, we look up to as motivation for sure. But try to remind yourself every once in a while through giving to charity or giving to people who are less fortunate on a weekly basis, monthly basis, if you're able to. Just continue to remind yourself that there are people who do not have even the little things that we take for granted every single day. And that should be your motivator. I am healthy enough, I have food in my system, I have clean water, and because of that, I should not be taking anything for granted. I should be getting up, I should be getting after it, I should be going after my goals like crazy because I'm healthy enough to do so, and I don't have to worry about where my next meal is coming from. I don't have to worry about water or though even just those little things, right? And so I wanted to come on here with just a positive message for my channel. I've missed you guys so much, and I'm rested and I feel better, and I was already kind of feeling back to myself before I took my break, but I was back to myself, but I was exhausted and just missing some key things. And so I really did take that time to recoup and just get back to 100%, just feeling better, working out again, eating, feeding my body. All that's been happening, maybe a little too much, but we won't even talk about it. And so I'm so grateful that I was able to take that break and take that time. And I'm grateful that I'm back and on my channel. And I'm so excited to be posting this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.